All phases of the universe in its cosmological sequencing are interlocked by a common set of electroplasmic interactions that reduce to the simplest levels of the 6 types of cosmic electricity contained in the cubic parton structure. From these 6 types of electricity come the different kinds of electronic lines of force that are synthesized into the 7 primary radial plasmas. Between the 6 types of cosmic electricity, the 12 lines of cosmic force and the 7 radial plasmas, the vast variety of the phenomenal world is engendered. These are all found to be interactive at virtually all different levels of the different stages or levels of the cosmos, as well as the human mind in its transition to supramental functioning. All the different levels of cosmic mind represent varying types of electroplasmic interactions of the same electronic fluids, plasmas, charges, discharges, lines of force. They are capacitated and transduced accordingly. The whole of what cosmic science describes is the biosphere at a planetary level, then a heliosphere at the next level, then a galactosphere at the galactic level, then the cosmosphere. The cosmosphere is the sphere of creation consciousness, the whole order of the cosmos as an equalizing set of interacting functions, unifying the different orders of quantifiable reality, as well as all orders of the dimensions, from subquantifiable to super-transcendent realities. This represents a composite of different levels of interactions and dynamics of the primary electronics and electronic forces, inclusive of types of cosmic electricity. This is a vastly dynamic phenomenon. Within this, the human represents the transformative evolutive medium and pivot point for spirit to acquire its necessary self-reflective knowledge to complete its universal character. It is this spiritual purpose that endows the human its enduring inner truth. It appears that part of the inner truth is to realize that everything was created for a purpose. If we really look at all of creation, we will find the message is out there. The chief element of the cosmos is the mind of consciousness, the existence of mutually interactive telepathic fields at different dimensional levels, creation consciousness. The physical element of the cosmos is merely surface. This means it is useless to get too impressed by the outer aspect of supernova, galaxies, or stars. However, these celestial bodies do have clues to higher dimensional workings. For example, supernovas are actually events, thought moments in the universal mind. The Quetzalcoatl supernova was the first seen in over 400 years and occurred in 1987. What we call matter is really an aspect or one side effect of a conscious process. But it is divine consciousness that is evolving the universe as its kin. 10 years later, in 1987, the supernova was still expanding and had 3 rings: gravitational, electromagnetic, and biopsychic. Then, 19 years later, almost to the day, in 2006, another supernova was detected. What is the hidden meaning of this? This is higher design consciousness functioning at a phenomenal level, creating these effects. Since the very act of comprehending cosmic science defines a type of spiritual evolutive psychology, the union of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th dimensional self, the experiment of the union of the twin soul is an act of great consequence in the continuance of life on Earth. The interactive interplay of sorcerer and apprentice as avataric exemplars of the primal 5th dimensional male-female twins demonstrates the evolutive breakthrough of a new type of interdimensional soul synchronization, which will then become the evolutionary mainstream. The triadic self of each twin soul also conforms to the Buddhist Trikaya, where Dharmakaya equals 5D, Sambhogakaya equals 4D, and Nirmanakaya equals 3D. In their process of recycling through each other, The twin souls crystallize their soul essence into a plasmic unity that becomes the basis of a new evolutionary form of activity called radiosonic soul extension. Through the art of radiosonic soul extension, the unified world soul eventually becomes the single reality of all life on Earth. Cosmic science says that the twin soul establishes a new evolutionary norm that exemplifies radiosonic bonding and radiosonic soul extension. The third-dimensional being is the key biological entity, an experiential doorway, and the fourth-dimensional being is the subtle biological entity in whom is the primal gnosis. Purification and stabilization of the third and fourth-dimensional entities is essential so the actual soul marriage occurs between the two fifth-dimensional electronic entities. This process of giving birth occurs at the fifth-dimensional level, then, so that the new evolutionary species is geared to a noogenesis, birth through the higher mind. Radiosonics operates at the purely fourth-dimensional synchronic level. Through applied radiosonics, we can experience the capacity to coordinate, release, and utilize the electronic fluid and plasmas, according to a high level of synchronized intention, through ourselves and then extending into the biopsychic field of the planet. Each application of the synchronic order to realize a more integrated state of mind and being accelerates the entire evolution of the planet. Stabilization of this process is essential to establish a new evolutionary norm.